Hello you guys, this is going to be your daily tarot guidance reading for Thursday, December the 14th, 2017. Okay, so let's go ahead and tune into the energies for today. Okay, so let's see. Okay. For the collective's energy, keep in mind you guys, this is just a general energy reading. It's not personal, so it's not meant to resonate fully with each and every one of you. It may resonate partially or it may not resonate at all, okay? So keep that in mind. Seven of Pentacles. This card is sticking out. The Page of Wands. Okay. Alright, so I get something about production, something along those lines. I'm hearing production. The Devil. Okay. Some of you guys maybe need to take a break from too much work or too much energy being put in towards or into something. Excuse me. Page of Swords. Okay. Alright. Okay. A lot popping up, huh? The Hierophant, okay, which is the Faith card, and then you have the Five of Wands. So there's too much energy and too much work being put into something is really what I'm getting. But so you got the Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Coins, which represents the overall energy. So I definitely feel like you guys need to just sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor in some sort of situation, project, could be just work. Some of you guys may need to take a day or two off from work or take some time away from too much energy. I feel like your energy's being put out there. I'm sorry, you guys. Too much energy being given. An excessive amount of energy being exchanged, I feel, in some sort of way. Especially things that are top priority to you, or it's kind of like the time for yourself is being overly, it's like a currency, like your energy is a currency, and it's like you're paying top dollar to others, or you're just giving them all of your precious goods that you have. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, your energy is top notch in some way. Your time is precious and you're giving it away just loosely. And I feel like it's depleting you. See, she has nothing in this barrel at all. There's nothing in that basket or whatever it is. But the challenge is the Page of Wands. So I feel like the challenge is to lighten your load a little bit. I feel like for some of you, it's a time to get grounded. Start from square one with your energy. Because I feel like you're at the Queen of Wands energy. Like you might even be the King of Wands, where you are like the top or the head of maybe even the Emperor, where you're putting too much energy into production. I keep getting production. So it's like you are very ambitious, or you're very hardworking, or you might be the head in the household, or you might be everybody's backbone, and I feel like it's breaking you down energetically, or something that you've been putting a lot of energy towards, and it's like you're tired, but you're not taking heed to that. And I feel like either you need to lighten your load or be more playful. Okay, I'm streaming, so I can't pause this, so whatever's going on in the kitchen, I don't know what's going on in there. Who's cooking and who's burning the stove or whatever they're doing in there that's causing the alarm to go off. But I hope that this message is resonating, because hopefully there's something that's going off, maybe the Spirit's trying to say. When malfunctions like that happen, like when sirens go off, or dogs start barking, or cars start honking their horns and you hear it, it's usually something the Spirit is trying to catch your attention. It's alarm code that's going off. But there's definitely a need to get grounded. I feel like needing to work on your root chakra, spending more time doing things for yourself. If it's lighting your load means doing something that you enjoy, kind of just being carefree today, then do it, even if it's a spontaneous act. Like, some of you just might call in sick today. Some of you might just counsel on somebody at the last minute. But I feel like it's hard. You might be challenged by doing this because it's just, you just feel like it. You have no choice but to. Your energy's depleted. Your approach is definitely with the Devil card to release yourself from these chains. It's like you've attached a lot of cords to yourself, and now they're becoming draining. If not toxic to you, then draining. If it's not physical things, you know, if it's not plans, if it's not people, if it's not so-called obligations or priorities or whatever, a job, it could be mental thinking, it could be feelings, it could be fears, it could be a multitude of things. I just feel like what Spirit is telling you to do is obviously to pay attention to how these things are affecting you. If they are toxic, if they are draining to you, if you feel like these are things you just can't strap yourself, you know, unstrap yourself free of, I feel like there's something that you're trying to avoid, and maybe somebody has something that they're using against you, or you kind of just feel like maybe people give you guilt trips, or you feel guilty if you don't do things in a certain way, or when people want you to do them, or you just overthink and you're just a hard worker, because this is the sign of Capricorn. The Devil card represents Capricorn, so it could very well be that you are a hard worker, you're very ambitious, and you just won't stop. And the Seven of Pentacles is a sign of Taurus. So Tauruses are also very hardworking and very, you know, very goal-oriented. All right, so you got the Page of Swords as your focus. So Spirit is telling you, because it's like a Two of Swords energy. This child, he's holding these two swords, and it almost looks like the Two of Swords symbol or whatever. So I feel with that, there's going to have to be a new perspective in order for you, or like, it's like you're going to have to look at this in third person. Look at your situation or look at your thoughts in third person. Like, it's like, you know how on cartoons, how it's like this one person and then they got the devil and the angel on their shoulder, like their higher consciousness and their ego, pretty much. I feel like you're going to have to look at, step back, be like that character where you're paying attention to both your higher self and your ego, and you're looking at it in third person, if that makes sense. Because that could be where most of your confusion lies, is you don't know how to make make the distinction between, this is my ego that's causing me to drive, you know, at 50 miles per hour, and my higher self is saying slow down. Okay, take your hands off the wheel and just sit back, or park the car and just sit back. Or my ego wants me to move, or my ego is telling me to stop. But I feel it's the opposite. I feel like there's too much energy being given into something, or put into something, or too much thought into something. Then you have the Hierophant, which is the Faith card in this deck, conclusion energy. Okay, so this is the conclusion for whatever, if the guidance is followed. And again, it goes back to this conclusion of your commitments. What should be top priority? What are you truly committed to? And what is it that you need to readjust? You know, as far as what you're placing your energy into, or your focus, or placing as a top priority, or sacrificing for. Because I feel like you are sacrificing a lot of your time and your energy into something. Okay? Some of you are going against your morals, if not in a big way, then a small way, where you're doing things that you really just don't want to do, but you're doing it out of obligation, out of fear. The Five of Wands, like, it could be based upon competitive energy, or competing with time, or competing for money, competing to meet your own goals and ambitions, which it's healthy in a sense, but I feel like this is excessive. This isn't healthy. Okay, so let's see what the love energy is. And I'll keep these out just in case I want to clarify. Okay, so let's take a look at the love energy. Yep, let go of control issues. So this could definitely be in the matters of the heart. Could be love, could be with family, friends, romance, whatever. You need to kind of simmer down the control, or someone else needs to let go, or, you know, let go of control over you. It's looking crooked, but I think it's because of my setup. It's making it look like that. Okay, so you have release your ex. Okay, 2 cards wanted to come out, so... Okay. Yeah, some of you guys are being guided to cut cords with something or clear your energy. And it's like the Page of Wands. Okay, can't take 2. So 1 card, please. What is the conclusion of this energy that in spirit? Okay. True love with separation. Okay, so I hear something about trying to close a gap. Okay, so you got to let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So spirit, like I said, it's funny how I was getting to take your hands off of the wheel. It's like that saying, Jesus, take the wheel. Like you're allowing divine spirit, your higher power, your guides, your angels, whatever, to drive the situation for you rather than trying to control it and steer it in a way that you might see is best, or, you know, like, I don't see any other way, so let me try to direct it in this way because, you know, you're not trusting or open to spirit, to the infinity or the intelligence of the universe, which, you know, exceeds our human perception or our imagination even. Like, we can imagine something like, I can only see it going this way, but we're looking at it from a limited perspective because it's like, well, I know that this is the only route I take to work. You know, what other freeways are opened up? So this is the best way for me to get to work. And Spirit's like, no, if you just turn here, because you haven't been down every street, you don't know every corner. So turn down this street. And it's like, you're not trusting. You don't believe that there's other avenues to what you want, especially when it comes to matters of the heart or love. You might be trying to close the gap between a separation or a breakup. You might be fearing or afraid that people are leaving, especially friendships. For some of you, you're afraid of possibly losing friends at this time because you've lost many, I feel, at this time of year. If you've lost them because of just natural order, you know, people leaving, you guys just not clicking anymore, or them moving, or them backstabbing you, or some sort of fallout, or maybe even sad but death, I feel like you're afraid that some sort of relationship is in jeopardy, or is, how do I say it? It's like up for judgment, or it could happen. You're afraid if it's a partnership, whether you guys are together or you're not, it's like you want to close that gap to be together. But I feel like there is definitely a gap that's closed between the both of you right now. Or you're trying to close a gap between you and another person, or you're afraid that they're going to leave you. And Spirit is telling you to let go of something or someone, and you're afraid to let it go, or you have to sacrifice something in order for something else to come in. So if you're being guided for people to leave, then, you know, that's you gripping your hands when Spirit is telling you to ungrip it, or trust that Spirit knows what they're doing. There's something that you're doing excessively energetically wise, or you're just putting too much energy into a relationship or a situation, trying to control how it unfolds, and you're not trusting in Spirit's, you know, yeah, your mind is all tied up. You're conflicted. You're like, well, what if this goes wrong? I can't stop thinking about this. What if this person just doesn't stay? What if they don't show up? What if things don't work out in my favor? What if this job doesn't call me back? You know, whatever your heart is set on. And it has something definitely to do with your past. Your past was painful with the Death card. But this is a sign that you're overcoming that, though, with the Death card. This is a rebirth energy. This is transformation. Scorpio season, because this is the sign of Scorpio, the Death card, and so is the Six of Cups, could very well be that you, in the past, during Scorpio season, you lost a lot of people. People just left your life naturally. And I feel like you're freaking out over this, because it's like, well, what if something goes wrong? What if this job isn't mine? And I don't know where that's coming from, but some of you might be worried about a job. Some of you may be worried about a relationship, friendships, you know, just feeling like, what if people just start leaving? What if these friends start stabbing me in the back? With the Two of Swords, it's that devil energy, the ego and the higher self with the angel on the shoulder. You really got to look at this from third person. You got to look at it with your third eye. You got to look at it with your intuition, because you're not seeing something. And the Tower card is trying to break you free of control. It's like Spirit is like, stop. I got this. I got you. And whatever seems to be falling out of alignment or out of place, just know that it's because it's not supposed to be there. But I feel like this is more so trying to break you down. You know, that control, breaking that control down. But your approach is chemistry. So your suggested approach is to follow wherever you're being led, whatever is calling you like a magnet. If it's a situation, if it's a job, if it's just a feeling, it could be as small as you saying, for some reason, Spirit's telling me that I need to go to the store. I need to just go here. Or Spirit's telling me I need to call this person. Or Spirit's telling me that I need to read this book and turn to page 5. Like, whatever. It's like Spirit is calling you towards something. And if it just feels like it's pulling you and you just can't explain it, I feel like you need to trust that Spirit knows what they're doing. I don't even think I need to clarify that one. Yeah. And your focus is you deserve love. So you need to focus on the fact that even if something has left your life, or, you know, potentially will, or things don't work out in the way that you would have liked, or whatever the case may be, whatever your Five of Swords energy is, your fears, just know that you are still deserving of what you want, and those things are not a reflection of your self-worth, or how things panned out is not a reflection of your self-worth. More than likely, these are part of lessons. With the Page of Cups, I feel like this is you needing to nurture yourself back to health, to love yourself, to put hope back into what your desires are, or to put love into your cup, fill yourself up. With the Lovers card, for sure, you're deserving of love. You're deserving of everybody's love. Whoever, and it's like, you can't look at it with an expectation of reciprocation, okay? Like, yeah, I've been a good friend to so-and-so, or I've put all of my energy into this job, or I've been a good daughter, I've been a good mother, a good father, a good whatever. I've been a good lover. You can't focus on the fact that if somebody's going to reciprocate that energy back, but it's more so that you have to know that you're deserving of love, and there's nothing wrong with the love that you give. And I feel like this is a part of you breaking down your control by simply just loving with no expectations, or not trying to control somebody else, or control a situation, or even control how you feel or how you love. You got the True Love card as your conclusion. So at the end of the day, your love is true and it's valid. There is true love in here for some of you, I'm seeing. And if you guys are in a separation with somebody, I feel like there's an equal amount of love there, and there's a missing an energy that I feel like you both miss one another. Like there's a calling out, or there's something that you're magnetized, or magnet. It's like a opposite attract energy. Whatever this is that you feel called or pulled towards, it's also feeling called and pulled towards you. So it's like magnets. And if it's not a person, or it could be a thing or a place, okay? All right. So let's see what the angels have to say. I'm going to use the Angel Answers card. So I'm going to ask you guys to tune into the answer, okay? A question that you want an answer to, and I'm going to pull 3 cards. And these could be 3 different situations that you may have questions about, or just 3 different questions you have. Or, you know, if it's 1 or 2 questions, whatever you feel guided to, I'm going to pull 3 cards for your answer. However Spirit wishes to reach you or touch your intuition or your guidance in your heart, your mind. So Divine Spirit has to tune into the energy of each question that it asks, or it answers each question uniquely and divinely for everyone. Okay. Okay. First question. Second question. Okay, that card didn't want to come out. Okay. Third question. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to give everybody just a few moments to meditate on the card that is pulled, or they feel pulled towards. Okay, so group 1, whoever's the first question, if you were drawn towards card 1, the answer to your question is be assertive. So whatever it is, I kind of get this as a yes, because it's giving you a green light towards something. It's telling you to go ahead, or however it reaches you. But the answer to it is to be assertive. And you notice how she's wearing this mask. You have to go in with, if you do so, whatever this is that you're asking, you have to be authentic. Or only if you are authentic, only if you're being yourself, only if you're going in courageously or being you. And only if you're guided in the heart, if it's coming from a pure place, because her heart chakra is in light. It's like this big beam of light. So only if you feel guided within the heart. But I feel like that's a yes to your question. So you got let go for second question. So this is a card of surrender. Okay, so you do need to surrender to something. You do, because you notice his hands are open. He's also surrendering, but he's also has his hand in the place of receptivity, or he's ready to give, or he's ready to receive. And Spirit is telling you to surrender for some reason, because I feel like there's information that's coming through. So definitely ideas, things that you just can't explain why you know something, or why you just have this idea or this urgency to do something or say something. I feel like it's coming from your higher self or divine spirit sending you information through the crown chakra for sure. Okay. Third. Okay. So choose a new direction. So whatever it is, Spirit is telling you to go about this a different way, and not in the same way that you're used to, okay? It may not come, the answer to your question, it may come in a different form than what you had in mind. So more than likely, whatever it is, Spirit's telling you that they're trying to lead you down a different path. The path that you're trying to go on may not be the best way to go about something. So it's like what I said about, you know, you take a certain highway to work, but Spirit's guiding you to go a different way, but you don't trust it because you don't know any other way. And you don't know if that's the best thing, when it's like you're questioning Spirit. You don't trust that wherever they're guiding you is better for you. Okay? So, all right, you guys, that was the reading. Now on to the trivia question for the free live reading for Friday. So the trivia question I have is a musical one. Okay, so according to Billboard, what are the top 3 selling, or who are the top 3 selling girl groups? So according to Billboard, okay? So if you can name the top 3 according to Billboard, who are the top 10 girl groups of all time? Out of the 10, what are the top 3 out of the 10 girl groups of all time according to Billboard? Whoever can comment the correct answer first is the winner of the free live reading this Friday. Just comment and I will contact you on my own, and we'll go from there. Whoever the winner is, I'll be sure to pin in the comment section that I've already picked the winner, so I don't get a whole bunch of comments anyway from people after I've already picked the winner. And another thing, you guys, just as a heads up, if you guys are not aware, I'm not taking any more personal readings at this time until January of 2018, January the 1st. I'll be taking personal readings again. But I'm on a break from client readings at this time, unless there's an exception. Unless you absolutely need an emergency reading, you can either contact me on my Instantgo app, which I'll get back to you on Instantgo within 24 hours. So within 24 hours, I can do phone reading with you, a text message reading, or a video chat reading. So you can reach me there. The information is in my description box. And if you don't have an Apple or iOS device to contact me on Instantgo, which you have to be an Apple user or an iOS user to download the app. If you're not able to, you can purchase a reading for $45 flat rate, emergency reading for $45. That information is also in the description box below, you guys. Much love to you as always. Thank you. Peace.